Hey everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and I am back to you today in my very own craft room. It's not completely done, but my tabletop is. So I couldn't wait to get back in here and do my videos how I always have. Anyway, today, this should be a really cool project. I am taking this heart that I got over at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to transform it into something really incredible, I think. I pulled a lot of ideas from Pinterest. I've been looking at different ideas and things. And if this one comes out really nice, I think I may go get some more of these and do some maybe other colors and what have you. So anyway, I'm super excited to work on this one, and this one's going to be like super elaborate because I'm using some things in it that actually I've had, and this in particular is going to be going on it, and this is something that I've had for quite some time. I got the frame from Debbie over at Kiki's Sale, and it was something that she sent me a long time ago, and I've been trying to figure out what to use it on. I was going to use it on a memory box for my mom, and I haven't gotten around to doing that. In fact, you can see I have had it glued to something before because it's got stuff stuck to the back of it, but that's okay. That doesn't matter. In this respect, it's going on top. Nobody's ever going to see that glue on the bottom of the piece. Right now I'm cutting off a couple little pieces of lace that are still stuck to it and kind of sticking out there, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be sitting on top of some lace anyway. But anyway, you guys can see this is really pretty. I put this image on the inside with this little bird cage and everything, and it looks really vintage. And I really love the way this came out. I'm still going to add a couple of things to the top of this because I want to add some pink into it. But it's pretty much ready to go. So I'll be using that. I have a little piece of lace that I'm going to be using on it. And I've already cut this kind of partially to the shape of the heart, as you can see there. And I've got some trims here. I haven't decided fully which trim I'm going to use. Likely it'll be this one, and this I got from Kiki's Sale. I ran out of the pink in my very favorite trim that she sent me last time. I used it up so quickly, and I've got to find out if she's got any more of that trim because I have to have more of it. It's gorgeous. It's similar to this. Well, it's exactly the same as this purple trim, and this is all I have left of my purple too. So yeah, I've been going through it real quickly, but it's like this, only it's in pinks, and I just love both of them. And like I said, I used them up so fast because I couldn't get enough of them. And I've also got some rosebuds that I got from Kiki's Sale, and she sent me, I've got these pretty white roses that I got from Kiki's. Those are going to be going into it. I've got some of the pretty pink leaves. I love these leaves so much. And I got some of these, so those are going to go into it. I got some more of my little pink tiny roses, and these, you guys all know I love these roses, so I'll be using some of those for sure. And then just real quick, I want to show you, I did get a couple of new items. She found some carnations, paper carnations, so she sent me some of these to use in my projects. I'm not going to be, I might use a couple of the white ones in this one today, but I won't be using the red ones. I just wanted to show you guys those roses because they're so pretty. And then I have this little embellishment that I bought at a neighbor of mine is moving away, and she had this at her yard sale, and she she's a crafter as well, and she specializes in embellishments. I wished I had known this. She and I did not know each other real well. Mostly it was her showing up at my yard sales and me showing up at her yard sales, and that was kind of about it. And it's so sad because she has the most beautiful home in our neighborhood. And when I say that, I mean, I'm not kidding. It belongs in Home and Garden magazine because her garden is just to die for. And the house, it's an old house, and it's a 2-story, and it is just gorgeous. One of these days I'm going to take a picture of it and I'll show you guys. I really mean it. It's so gorgeous. So anyway, I am going to be using this probably for sure, and it's got a little pop of blue in it too, so I thought that would be nice to add a little pop of blue. I have one of my pieces of the lace that I like to use. I only have 2 or 3 more bits of this left in my stockpile. And then some of my pink and green and pink and white roses. And then I've also got a couple of my own handmade roses here. I don't know if I'm going to use these or not, but these are roses. These are more like wildflowers that I made a little while back. So I've got some of those here, and a little teeny bit of lace here that I think I'm going to use as the hanger to put at the top of it. I'm not going to hang it from this hole. I'm going to be covering that hole up. And then I made this bow, and this is lace and a really thin cotton fabric that was actually part of a blouse that was sent to me. And I wish I had more of it. I need to go thrift storing and find some stuff made out of this fabric because it's super duper thin, and I love it. It really does a good job of the bow. And then I've got this lace bow behind it that I tied into it, and that came off of this lace that my friend Carol sent to me. This is all I have left of that lace, is just this one small piece, and I really love it too. So I'm going to have to try and find some more lace like that. And then I wanted to show you really quick. I got these birds. I got 4 of them. And they're little ornaments. And my friend Rhonda sent these to me. Look at how beautiful they are. They're acrylic. And here, I'll show you this one. It doesn't have the cord on it. But I am trying my darndest to figure out what I'm going to use these in, because they're really special birds. I love them. She got these at Dillard's like 15 years ago, and she never used them. I think she was going to give them to her sister, and she just never did, so she sent them to me. And they're really nice quality birds, and I have 4 of them. And I can't wait to use them in something. I have something that I'm working on, a project that is going to be phenomenal, I think, that I'll be bringing another video to you guys of. And I'm thinking about using it in that, but I'm also considering using some of my natural birds in it. So I'm not real sure what I'm going to do yet. And then I got these little flowers at Michael's. And boy, you pay a pretty penny for flowers at Michael's, I'm telling you. So I might be using those just for that little splash of purple. I'm not real sure. I haven't decided fully on that one. And then I also have this gorgeous butterfly that I got from Kiki's that I may be using in this. I've got, you can see I have a whole bunch of stuff here. I'm obviously not going to use all of it, but we'll figure it out as we go. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on this. Oh, I also have this trim. I have this very small piece of this left that I think I'm going to be using on it as well. I'm nearly positive I'm going to use that. There's a section like that big where it's not quite big enough. But I'm thinking what I'll probably end up doing is bringing that trim together wherever I'm going to put that bow, and then the bow will cover up that last little section that doesn't have that lace. I have a little small piece of it somewhere, and with that it comes together. I've got that little piece here that is supposed to go into another project, but it's like that much of a difference. And if I had known that, I wouldn't have cut that to use for my other project, but I'm thinking I can get by with not having to use it, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, super happy to be at my old craft table again, and I feel much more comfortable. And so let's go ahead and let's get started on this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to take this little piece of lace. So you can see here I cut it so that it kind of comes down into the top of the heart and down to the V at the bottom. So I'm just going to take you know what? I may have to go in the opposite direction. I think I cut this lace the wrong direction, but that's okay. I can use it on this side, so that's fine. So let's go ahead and start putting this down, and I'm just going to use a dot of glue in the spots where I'm going to put it down, because I don't want to have a whole bunch of glue ooze coming out all over the place. So I'm just going to go like that and press it down. And then I'll take and go right along here. And then along this edge. Really, I only need to take this to the edges, honestly. And that way you won't see any of the glue. And on this side, I think I'm just going to put a little bit kind of over here, and the rest I'm not going to worry about. Again, I don't want to have a ton of glue everywhere, so now I'm just going to take and sort of trim the excess right there and along this edge. It really doesn't matter if it's hanging over a little bit. That just adds to the shabby feel of it. But again, the edges are going to be completely covered with that trim, so it really doesn't matter. So, okay. So there we've got our little piece of lace on there. I don't even know if you guys can really see it, but I can. Let me see if I turn off this light, if you can actually see it a little better. See, now you can see it. So we've got that on there. And again, I've got my dark background. I'm hoping that's helping you guys to be able to see my stuff a little bit more clearly. I'm trying to make my videos a little bit more visible. And this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and finish it off right now before I go to put it on the heart. And again, I just want to add a couple more pink flowers to bring the pink into this, you know, so that it kind of matches the rest of the board, or the board. Why do I keep trying to call it a board? The heart. And then I also want to take a couple of my little rosebuds here and put, I think I'm going to take 3 of these. I learned from Lori over at Happy Birds Glitter Nest, and she is so correct on this, that doing things in 3s is good, in odd numbers, because they will almost always come out looking better than if you do even numbers. Even numbers makes everything just kind of, I don't know, they just don't look right. And so I learned that from her, and I've been doing it ever since. By the way, I just adore Lori. I know I keep telling you guys, Lori is just an amazing woman and so kind and so talented. I really love binging on her videos in the evenings. I'm going to put this kind of off to the side like that, so that her feet are kind of hanging off the edge there. A little piece of glue right there. Okay. So here's the thing though. I only have a little bit of glue left in my glue gun here, and I don't want to get started on this and then have to put more glue and have it dry before I can get it down. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start my my trim here. And I'm going to this, where the center of this is that's where I'm going to glue it on to the edge so that it hangs over the edge. And let's just see how far we're going to get with this. I'm just going to kind of hold it down in each section and see where we can go. Because I really need to decide the placement for my bow, which I think, honestly, it's going to go down here at the bottom. So I think we're going to be just fine just using this, this amount of this trim. So I'm just going to go ahead and start putting it on there. Starting at the tip, and I'll just work my way around. Isn't this gorgeous though? I just thought it would be really pretty as a trim on this. And I'm kind of pulling it so that I can get this to go as far as I possibly can. And you know, sometimes these things kind of stretch a little bit so you can get it to go further than you thought. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for here. I have been a busy little bee here recently, trying to get a whole lot of projects done. I've been trying to get some Christmas projects done. I have a video that I'm working on right now where I did some 3D Christmas trees. I'm trying to remember where I put those, and maybe I'll show you guys one of them. I'm working on the video now. I'm editing it, and it's just so long. It's right now, you guys are gonna laugh, the video is 1 hour and 41 minutes long. And my problem is, I always think, if I take this out or that out, they're not going to get everything and it's going to be a terrible thing. But I also know that, you know, we're supposed to be not trying to make our videos that long on YouTube. So I've been trying to make some shorter videos, and I've been successful on a few of them, you know, keeping them at, you know, around the half-hour mark, and a few even less than that. But this one, it's a very, very kind of intense project that has a lot of steps. But oh my goodness, when it's all done, it's worth the time, in my opinion, but some people may not see it that way. That's an awfully long video. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there, but we'll see. I'm trying to edit it down. I just need to try a little harder. Also, I don't want to edit it down and then have it sound silly to you guys because I cut something out of it that probably should have been there. And you guys are going to go, what happened? But really it's just bits and pieces to cut out that are from like where I have been, where I was putting ornaments on it, and you know, I can cut some of that out. So that's where I got. We have this tiny little piece that has no lace. I'm not going to worry about it because I really do want to use this piece of lace or trim in the other project that I'm working on. So I'm going to tuck that right back in its little bag. And actually, let me show you guys that project. I did not do a video on this, and I could kick myself for it. But this is a a spool, a thread spool. And I have had these little scissors forever. And I bought these spools just recently. I still have to do my little spool doll. And I have started kind of trying to figure that out, putting bits and pieces together. But that's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. So, and then here we have the tiny spool. Where is it? Right here we have the tiny spool on there. And I just put ribbon around it to look like thread. And then a butterfly and a butterfly up here. And a little tiny cup of coffee. Isn't that cute? And then I used the tiny spool, actually the medium-sized spool, and then a teeny tiny spool at the bottom as my my dangles, and it just came out gorgeous. I love this, love this, love this so much that I am going to do a video on them. I made another one as well. It's not as detailed. I'm sorry, I'm hanging over here. Here's the other one that I made. And this is just a little ornament. It doesn't have the dangles or anything. This was the first one I did that inspired me on the second one. So, but they're so pretty. So anyway, okay, let's get back to the heart. All right. So we are going to take this and again sort of have her sort of hanging off the edge here into the lace trim. I think just right there is where I think I want her to go. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, I just love this, and I'm so excited to do this project. You guys, I've been dreaming about this project. So I'm just going to put a whole lot of hot glue on this. Oh, and of course my glue gun's going to go cold on me. Okay, we want her right there. And what I should have done is I should have put some E6000 under there as well. And I think I may do that in a couple spots. We're just going to squeeze some of that. Oh, I guess we're not. It stuck down pretty well. So we're just going to leave it at that. I do see one thing here that I want to do on her little foot here. It feels like the resin is kind of when you do resin work, sometimes it spills over the edge of the mold. Oops, sorry you guys, I'm just hanging myself right out there for you. Okay, that should be okay. I've got a little tiny file, and I am going to file her foot here. Well, okay, That's good enough. I just didn't want her foot to look weird. Okay. So, that's what we look like so far. Look at how beautiful she looks on there. Oh my gosh. Okay, and now we're going to start working with some of the flowers. And here's, I made a couple of rolled roses again. I did a velvet one in this light pink velvet. It came out super pretty. And then this one is more of that cotton fabric that I did a couple of rolled roses with. I don't know if I'm going to use those today. And then I also found another video where they were doing some handmade flowers, and I think this one came out really, really nice. And again, it's in that thin cotton fabric, so it's nice and fluffy, but I just love that, and I've got a little Kiki's centerpiece in the middle of that. And let's see, I'm going to put that file back because I don't need it anymore. I don't think I'm going to use my rolled roses in this project today. I did want to show them to you guys though. So, okay. Now we've got to figure out how we want the flowers to look. And I am considering using one of my handmade flowers, but I think if I do, I'm going to use it with the bow. So I'm going to put that one aside so that I don't just go ahead and use it and then forget what I was going to do. So let's see here. Let's get started with our flowers. Whoopsie, sorry you guys. I let my chair bounce up and it hit the table. Maybe we need a white one in there. I don't know. I don't think so. Trying to find my big roses, and I don't know where I put them. I have more of the nice large roses there, but yeah, I should show you guys too. These are some of the other flowers using Debbie over at Kiki's. Her little rose or flower that she made. These are some of the ones that I made. And oh, you know what? I think I did a video on this. Never mind. You guys have already seen these, but these just came out so pretty. I love them. And I'm going to be making a lot more of these so that I can put them in my shop. I think you guys would really, really enjoy working with those because they really, really do look nice in your projects. So I wish I could find my other roses. I, honest to goodness, don't know what I did with them. I thought I had them in my basket here with my other flowers, and they're not there. I don't know what I did. This is so strange. I don't know what I did with those flowers. And I would have sworn they were in this basket that I've got sitting next to me. I don't know what I did. Darn. That is so weird. Okay, well, here we go. So let's take a few of these and just go ahead and get started putting them down. I love these little pink and green roses. They're so, so pretty. And I think I've probably said in a couple of my other videos that I'm really liking the green lately. I'm really enjoying using stuff with that sage, kind of sagey green. And that's kind of what these have in them. And it's just a pale green, but it's just really, really pretty. I really like it. I don't want to put too many of the big roses. I've also got these real pretty white roses that I got as well from Kiki's. I got some other colors just to show you guys. I got purple and I got red and I got some more of these pinks. And I also got some blue, and I'm going to be doing a project in blue as well. Although I don't know that I'm going to be doing a video on that one because it's some of those ornaments that I've already done a video on. So I don't know that I'm going to do another video on those since it's already been done. So let's see. This one is really pretty. This is one of my little handmade roses. And I really like it because it's kind of fluffy but not too fluffy. It's more of a flat flower. But it goes in there nicely. And I love the little pearl beads as centerpieces. The ones with the little tiny pearls in it, those always look so pretty. Okay. And before I get going too far, I just realized also, I may have to go around her. I think this is the trim I'm going to use to go in the center of this other trim. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get that on there before I forget and get too many things that kind of pop over the edge here. Okay, and then we're gonna go start from here. Since I am positioned a little bit differently from when I was doing this in my kitchen, I have to make sure now that I'm keeping myself on camera and not getting off track. So I will keep watching where I'm at so that I can be sure you guys see what I'm doing. Yeah, I think this trim is really, really pretty. Good choice. I think I'm actually, this one I'm going to cut right here so that I'm not trying to bunch too much in that little corner piece. And then we'll just kind of start right here. Okay. Okay. And I think I'm going to take this to the same spot that I took my other trim so that so that I'm not wasting it, because we already know we're going to cover that spot. So, all right. So that's all of that. And now, sadly, I think that's the last of that trim I have left too. Goodness gracious, Debbie, I'm so sorry I go through your stuff so fast. Okay. Just trying to decide how I want to take these flowers, and this is really pretty, but I'm thinking the purple may be just too much. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use that piece. I don't want to overdo the extra colors, pops of color that I'm putting in this. Oh, and I did just remember that I was planning on using this, but I was going to use it sort of right there, and I've covered that spot up, so this may not end up going in there. Darn. I just don't know if there's going to be another spot that it would look good in. So, but that's what happens. You know, you get started on these things and you kind of get, you get going and realize that you've got more stuff going in than is really going to fit in the project. So, some things don't get used. But I do want to make sure, as I'm doing this, that I get a good flow. So that's, you know, that's my other thing. I don't want to go overboard, but I also don't want to get the flow all wrong. I just don't think these rolled roses are quite what I need to do, because they're awfully big and that's so bulky. I don't think that's gonna work in there. So as I'm looking at this, this is where my bow's gonna go. And I want to make sure, and then this is going to go on top of that. I just want to make sure I don't put the flowers under there and waste them. So I'm just going to leave that there for a minute so I can figure this all out. This one. This is another one of my little paper flowers that I made. Maybe take that, sort of coming out there. Okay, you guys, I'm feeling a little stuck here. I'm having a little creative block going on. Okay, and now I'm going to cover that pretty little flower that I made. Partially, anyway. Okay. And then okay. You go there. And you're gonna go right there. Don't want to use that one. Nope. I'm gonna see something here. I may find a spot for that yet. I really, really, really wanted to use it in this one. So when I get bound and determined to use something, generally I will find a way. In there, and I got a whole bunch of nice roses and stuff from Kiki's this time around, so I'm super excited because I've got a lot of really good ones that I can use in my projects. So stay tuned for some of those because I'm going to be putting out some great stuff. Kind of have to use a couple of these smaller roses kind of towards the top to kind of build on. And then I'm going to take 3 of my rosebuds again. And I want to use a couple of my leaves here. So we'll just cut 2 of those off here. And let's see, where do we want those to go? They look nice right there. Pop those right there, and pop that one in right there, I think. Let's see, I've got one of my carnations there too. Maybe I should pop one of those in there. Yeah, that looks really lacy and pretty there. Ah, already more glue needed. Always make sure you got plenty of hot glue handy next to you so that you can pop it in quickly. I've always got my glue. I have a jar that I keep a whole bunch of sticks in, sitting right there next to me. Ooh, that would actually be pretty right there. And then maybe I could have my bow kind of going sideways. Oh, I think that's it, you guys. I found my spot. Because that really does look pretty going kind of into those flowers. And this is a very vintage looking piece. I'm going to try and cut this off of here, or at least a good majority of it. Woohoo! That's going to be so pretty, you guys. Yay! I got to decide where I'm going to put that pretty butterfly. Okay. I think I want a couple more rosebuds popping out in a couple of spots. So I'm going to try and decide, do I want to put them in sort of one at a time? Just kind of coming up in a couple of areas. I think that's what I'm going to try. I don't normally do this, you guys, where I'll use just one rosebud, but I'm trying to get the most out of my flowers. And I feel like because we've got these popping out there, we can add a couple in a couple of other little odd spots and have them provide a nice enhancement. I'm going to put that one in there too. I'm going to get some glue on that. There. And let's see. I might actually add one more there. I think that's what I'm going to do. figure if I'm going all the way with this one, which this one is to me going to be a really, really great project, I want to do it right. So I'm going all out on this one, guys. And then also, what did I just think of? I thought of something else I was going to do. I just don't want to, I'm trying not to, oh gosh, I didn't pull this up high enough, darn it. You guys don't see that. I need this up a little bit higher. I should have tested it with the bow before I glued it down. We're going to put it right there. I have to fix it now though, because I don't want to ruin it and then have to tear even more stuff out later. I just need to go for it and glue this bow down. And again, I want to get lots of glue on there to make sure that this sticks down really well. And it's going right there and kicking off to the side just a little bit. I really do love the way this bow turned out though. It really is pretty. Part of me is saying that flower is just a little too big though. I have to decide how I'm going to go with this. Not that. I do have my small rolled rose, and I think that's actually what I'm going to use. That actually looks really nice there. So we're going to go with the little rolled rose in the center of the bow. So you guys can see how I sort of change my mind on my projects, and I think we all do that. If you have a creative mind, that's just the way they work. They've got to, they have to go where they will, and you just make those last minute decisions. I am not a planner. I'm not a person that plans my days. I just don't do that. Never been that way. So I just kind of try and take everything as it comes, and that's how I craft as well. Got a little thread there. And this bow, as time goes on, it will sort of fray because it's that kind of fabric. Oops, oops. Sorry, you guys, I dropped a rose, and I don't want to lose these roses. They're too precious. Okay, so now I want to use a couple more of the leaves. Just have to decide where, because I do want them to kind of come off. In a couple spots. Not there. I think over here is a good spot. Yeah. So I'm just going to kind of put those together like that. Just like that. And then pop them right in there. Okay. Now, the question is, I think I actually got this butterfly in my Happy Mail from my friend Carol, who may have actually gotten it from Kiki's. I'm not sure. But I also had one that I got from Kiki's. So I'm confused on that one. So that could have come from either one of those places. Whoops, whoops. I have to pull it off in a distance. Hold on, you guys. I just have to look at this. Oh. I'm going to put this butterfly right here. Using a whole lot of hot glue. I'm going to put it right there. And this would be really pretty. I like using my little words, and this would be really, really pretty with like this tucked in somewhere. I just love these. You guys, I am obsessed with inspirational words and sayings, quotes and things like that. And so I kind of have gotten where I want to put them in everything. Look at this with sisters. Isn't that gorgeous? I have more of these, and I don't know if I have another one that would be kind of more general. Well, here's one. It says heart. That's a basic one. Or hours. Look at how pretty that one is. Hours. But heart could be something that could be for anybody that you want to give it to. We've got forever that would be kind of cute too. Genuine, you is cute. But that's kind of big. I don't want to put anything that big in there. We've got spirit, which is kind of pretty. Let me look at this way. I want to see. Got heart. The heart one is actually perfect because it's a heart, and I think that it's fate that that one popped up. So let's go ahead and see where we're going to put that. It would be cute up here. Right behind the angel. I mean, it looks nice here, but that section is pretty busy as it is, and then it kind of covers up the other butterfly. So I'm thinking I need to put it in right in here, just like that. Hopefully you guys agree with me on this one. All right, so let's just get some glue on there. And I need to look at it so I make sure I do it right. We're gonna go just like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a little bit of stickles. Gosh, I don't know if I want to use gold. I love the silver stickles. It's like my favorite. And I ran out of it so fast that I think maybe we'll use diamond this time, because it'll go with everything in here. And I might use a tiny bit of blue over here next to where I've got the blue in this little butterfly embellishment. But the diamond is going to go around our little heart. Sorry, you guys. I sit and I get so mad at people that do that on their videos, and then what do? I do it on my video. And I'm just kind of doing a little squiggly line here around that. And then I'm going to put some on to these flowers. I was thinking about putting some diamond dust on here and really bringing out the sparkle. But you guys know I have had some issues with triple thick. I'm not a fan of triple thick anymore, so I don't want to use that for sure. But I'm sure I've got something else I can use to put the diamond dust on with. I was looking the other day to see if I could find my glossy accents, because I know I've got a big bottle of that was sent to me in Happy Mail. I just have to figure out where I put it. Since I've been working on my craft room, everything kind of got scattered in different places. And now I'm trying to learn where I put everything, because I still don't have everything put away in its place. I do notice, boy, for the cost of this stuff, these stickles sure do run out quick when you're a crafter like myself, who's crafting daily and using this in so many projects. But they don't put much in these bottles. I'm going to tell you what, they really, it's kind of a rip-off. I mean, it's not, because I love it and I want it and I'm going to use it anyways. But come on, you guys. For what they pay for the ingredients that go in there, can you imagine how much money they're making off of this stuff? Because they put just that little, like, I would say there is maybe, in a thing of stickles, I'll bet you there's maybe a tablespoon of actual product in these bottles, literally. And that's not an exaggeration, I don't think. And that's not right. I need to send a letter to the Stickles company and tell them they need to change that. Because I literally have only used this diamond stickles a couple of times on a couple of projects, and it's already not wanting to come out of the bottle. That's not okay, Mr. Stickles. And I still have a couple more flowers to go here. But I want to make sure I get a decent amount of sparkle in this. And I think I'm going to peer over here and see if I can find my glossy accents. And if I can, I think I am definitely going to add some diamond dust in this, because I think it really does call for it. Oh, you know what? I don't have to. I have something else I can use. I just realized I have some clear glue that I can use, and it works really well for stuff like that. Oh, come on. This is insane. I take that back. I bet there's a teaspoon of this stuff in here. Crazy, and I just love it so much. But that just makes me mad that they do that. I mean, it's not cheap. You know, and I didn't even pay for this. This was given to me by wonderful friends who have donated them to me, and I am certainly not complaining for that. I am so grateful and so thankful, because I honestly, folks, I could not afford to do this if it wasn't for the kindness of people who have donated to my channel and sent me great supplies and things. So without them, I just couldn't keep going. And so I am so thankful, and I feel bad because, I mean, they're spending their hard-earned money on this stuff, and it just does not last. I'm going to look and see if I have another bottle of this, so we're just going to open up the other bottle. I forgot that I had another bottle of Diamond here. This one just doesn't want to squeeze. Oh my. And of course I do not have a straight pen handy. Here we go. We're going to use this. Sorry, you guys. Let me just clear out the hole here. There we go. And I'm just kind of sprinkling it here and there. And again, we're clogged. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think that's enough stickles for one project. And let's see, I'm just going to use some of this clear glue. I'm going to find something that I can pour it into. Let's see. Oh, goodness. Of course, I have nothing. I'm sorry, you guys. Hang on just a second here. Let me... well, I'm just going to squeeze, and then I'll use my paintbrush to scatter it around. So, where are we going to put this? We're going to put the glass glitter kind of on the outskirts here. Gonna put some on the flowers. Even though they have stickles, that's okay. That will give them two glitters. I'm just going to put a little bit on each one of these little flowers that are going around the perimeter. But I don't want it all over the flowers. I just want a little dot of the glass glitter to get on those. So now let's grab our container here. And we're going to use our Twinklets glass glitter. This is the kind I bought in the very beginning. It's a little more expensive than the Floracraft that I buy, but I think it's just a little bit nicer. It seems to give a little bit better sparkle, and by that I mean whatever glass they're using or cut they're using on their glass just seems to really sparkle nicely. So I'm just going to sprinkle that around. And we're going to sprinkle it on all of these. And you can see I'm just using my fingers here. Probably not the best idea to use your fingers to sprinkle glass glitter on, but it is not hurting me. It's not sticking into my fingers or anything. So I'm not worried. And I'm just finding a couple of spots that I didn't get it on, that I want to add some to. And let's see, I want to add a little bit to this. Maybe kind of around the edges and on the butterfly a little bit. Okay, I think that's it for the glass glitter. And when you use glass glitter, please don't do what I just did. Don't use your fingers. Use a little scooper or something. I just didn't have one close by and real handy today, so I did it the bad way. And I shouldn't do that on my videos, but I did. So use a little spoon or a little tiny scooper or something other than your fingers when you're doing glass glitter. You'll be glad you did, because eventually if you do this too much, you will end up getting stuck somehow with a little piece of glass. I've been very fortunate and haven't had that really happen to me. I have had it get into my finger a time or two, but just, I mean, it came right out. It was no big deal. I'm just adding a little bit of blue because I thought it would be pretty kind of around here to bring some blue into this side. Maybe a little bit into these flowers. I think it looks really pretty, actually. And for me, blue and pink go really well together. So I'm always happy to add a little bit of blue into my pink projects and vice versa. Oops, I'm shaking you. I'm sorry. Not too much though. I don't want to go too far with it. All right. I'm going to take this heart and I'm going to real quick go over my pan over here and just shake it a little bit. Okay. And now, last but not least, we're getting quite long on this video, so last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this piece of lace on the back. And I will probably also add a staple or something behind this to make sure that it stays where it needs to stay. And I want to make sure I get this in the middle so that it's, I don't want it too long. Just like that. And this is not super heavy, so I'm just kind of wiping it around on the back of that. So this is not going to be a super heavy piece when it's hanging on the wall. If this was going to be something real heavy, I would say, you know, for sure use staples or something back here when you're fastening your lace. But I don't know that it's going to be a problem on this, although, like I said, I will probably come in on the back end and staple this down, because I am going to be selling this in my Etsy shop and I want to make sure that it's done right. So anyway, so there we have it, you guys. It came out so pretty. You guys can see a little more up close. Look at that. OMG. It came out gorgeous. Let me lay it down, get all this stuff out of the way here so that you're only looking at the heart. And there's the lace. So that's what we have, you guys. It came out super pretty. Oh, I'm so sorry. It came out super pretty. I'm super happy with this project, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I know I definitely enjoyed doing it for you. And please, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And please, for those of you who are not subscribed, I would so greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll get notified when I do future videos. And I've got a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of really great projects coming up that I think you guys will really enjoy. So I invite you to come back and watch some of those new videos. Go binge on some of my old videos. I've got some great ones. One of my most popular videos, if you guys haven't watched it yet, is, and I keep trying to figure out how I can attach it as something to watch, and I just can't get it to go back that far on YouTube to let me attach it. But back in the beginning, I did a video on altered watches, and it's a really, really popular video, and I think you guys would really enjoy it. And it's a fun project that you can take old watches and really do some incredible stuff with them. So just an FYI, and if you think about it,
give that one a gander and let me know what you think. But this is gorgeous, you guys. I cannot say enough about how happy I am with how this one turned out. I'm super duper happy. Thank you again to all of my supporters. For those of you who have donated to my channel, I greatly appreciate it. Your supplies help me greatly. I've had a couple of monetary donations as well, and you know who you are, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I honestly cannot believe the generosity of my subscribers, and it means a lot to me. So anyway, get over to my Etsy shop. Take a look over there if there's anything. Christmas is coming before we know it, and if you want to do some Christmas shopping, that'd be great. Also, don't forget, for the month of August, I am doing a raffle for anybody who spends $50 or more. They will be entered into a raffle to win one of my husband's beautiful hand turned pens. We'll be giving that away. So it's the value of that pen. We sell them for $60 in our store. Other shops sell them for, you know, $100 and more. But we try to keep our prices low on that kind of stuff. But the cost of the supplies for those pens is quite high, and it's gotten higher over the last few years. But my husband decided he wanted to donate one of those pens, and so I was excited. I jumped at it. And for the month of August, so we've got a little bit more time left in August for everyone who has already spent $50 or more, or who wants to go do some shopping. Get on over there and have a look, see what might be there that you might be able to buy for Christmas presents and holiday presents of any kind. Hanukkah, you know, you name it. There's a lot of great stuff over there. And again, if you're not subscribed, if you would subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. And leave a comment down below too. Let me know what you think about this project and how it turned out. And also, everybody be blessed. Have a really great afternoon. Have a great week. And blessings to all of you. And we'll be seeing you soon in the next video. Stay tuned for pictures. I'll leave some pictures for you guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.